Happy morning after Thanksgiving. I am going to head out to drop these wrong tires off because Amazon says even though 10 minutes after I ordered these tires and then realized I probably should go back and check and confirm that I'm getting the right stuff, that when you make a big purchase like that, you don't like they charge you out right away. Like your car gets charged right away, the stuff gets shipped right away. And once it says it's shipped, even though it hasn't shipped, you can't return it. You have to let it show up at your house and then take it to a UPS facility and then wait 14 days to get your money back. Yeah. Utter ridiculousness. There's that coyote tick. Tick, 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 tick. There it is. Am I worried about it? Nah. It's been around since 2011. Yeah, it is what it is. Alright, while we're waiting on this train to pass by, there's a topic at hand that's been floating around lately that I finally spoke up a little bit about. About I think it was about 5 days ago, there was a Christmas parade. There was a 20-year-old driving a jacked up GM product, Denali, a GMC Denali. And it might have been a diesel. It might have been a gasser. I don't really know for sure, but it did sound like a diesel in the videos that I heard. The gentleman was pulling a float in a Christmas parade and lost control of the vehicle with his brakes and ended up running over an 11-year-old girl, a dancer in the parade, and killing her. She later died that night in the hospital, from what I gather. Now, he's 20 years old, and he's screaming out the window, honking his air horn on the truck, trying to get people out of the way. No brakes, no brakes. I don't have control of the brakes. Screaming, going, I don't know. It looked like he was going about 7 to 10 mile an hour. Okay, I got a call, and then the train cleared up. Anyway, this 20-year-old runs over this 11-year-old girl, and she ended up later passing away in the hospital. The vehicle travels down the road for a while, and in the middle of all these people are scattering and stuff. It's just chaos going on, right? And this guy ends up getting surrounded by pedestrians that were able to surround the vehicle. I would say there's probably a dozen people pushing back on this vehicle as it's traveling about 5-6 mile an hour. And they slowed it down enough where enough people can get their hands on it to slow it down. Now, mind you, this is a 2500 HD Denali with a probably 20-25 foot float with a bunch of people and stuff on the back of it. And it sounds like as the vehicle's coming to a stop, you can hear the parking pole bouncing on the sprag where it's supposed to sit in the transmission. Now, if this is a Duramax, then more than likely it has an Allison, and it's got a beefier parking pole and stuff like that because it has to be able to handle the load that these guys haul whenever they're hauling or pulling, heavier equipment stuff. But if it's not a Duramax and it doesn't have an Allison, then you would move over to your standard 6L80, 6L90 transmission, which has a standard style sprag in the transmission and parking pole assembly. And a lot of people, what they don't understand is that the parking pole doesn't actually always sit completely inside the housing. And it's typically tapered on the edges. It's not complete squares. It needs to be able to slide in there. And a lot of times when you put the vehicle in park, it's not ready to slip into that parking pole until the vehicle rolls forward a little bit, and then you get that little bit of a jar as it sits inside the sprag. Now, vehicles moving at any decent type of speed, especially 3, 4, 5 mile an hour or more, and they have especially a trailer hooked up to it with a bunch of people behind, that's an issue. You can go ahead and slide that thing in park all you want, and it ain't gonna go into park until it gets down to probably a mile, 2 mile an hour, if you're lucky, 3 mile an hour. And then it'll jar and bang back and forth, and it could even shear that pawl off and the vehicle keep rolling. Now, there was a lot of people that speculated and asked, well, why didn't he shift it into reverse and then drive and then reverse and then neutral and then parking brake and everything else? We don't know if the guy had a functioning parking brake. A lot of people gut the rear parking brakes on these trucks when they rot out. They don't keep a parking brake. They'll just delete them, or they unhook them whenever they do their lift, and they don't extend the brake lines. They don't do this. They don't do that. So there's two different camps here. There's the camp that's looking at this like, why modify a truck like that and put people's lives in danger? Why wasn't there a electronic trailer brake? If it was a gasser, then the Hydro Boost might have, not the Hydro Boost, the vacuum pump would have went out, because Chevys are known for the vacuum pumps going bad. But then that would have caused the stiff brake pedal, not no brakes. If the Hydro Boost went out and it is a diesel, you only have about 2 pumps of that brake with that reserve capacity accumulator that's in that Hydro Boost, and then the braking's gone. But if it had a set of trailer brakes on the float, when you engage your parking brake, it's a 12-volt signal that ends up engaging those trailer brakes. That's a different story. Now you have some braking capability. There's 1,000 different ways to look at this, and nobody knows the answer to anything or what's going on, and there's a lot of projection going on. Ultimately, the guy is responsible for an 11-year-old not being here with us anymore. Unfortunately, no matter what the situation outcome is, he's always going to feel for the rest of his life that he killed a little girl trying to be part of a parade. Now, is that enough to say that he should live with that for the rest of his life? He shouldn't be convicted of something? I guess through the article reports, he had a weapon on him that was not legal to be in a public setting in a parade or something like that. A lot of states have laws where even though you can conceal carry or you can legally carry, when you're in a parade setting, you can't have a weapon on you. That's a public type event where certain laws and stuff apply there that don't apply outside of those events. At 20 years old, I doubt that it was legal for him to have a weapon, but I don't know that, so they're trying to hit him with that. They're trying to hit him with multiple counts of misdemeanor this and that, anyway. When you dig into his past, he's already missed like 4+ inspections on his truck. He's already had upwards, I think they say something like 17 infractions with deleted exhaust and equipment violations and stuff like that with his truck. They said since 21, it's been an ongoing thing with him where he's been constantly in and out of some kind of issue with violations with city officials. I don't know the exact answer for all this, and I'm not going to side with him or side with the manufacturer or anybody else. The facts are the facts. None of us know what the facts are, so all of us should shut up until the facts come out and we know what's going on. But a lot of people are getting crazy and irate about this, and it's like, you know what, dude? You have no leg to stand on. You're not that guy dealing with that situation. You're not that parent that lost that loved one because of it. I can tell you firsthand, a lot of people that do DIY stuff, lifts and things like that, and modify their vehicles, they come into the dealership, and when I see what they've done, it is complete trash. Front end's completely loose on the trucks, brake lines not extended, vacuum lines busted, brake pads turned around backwards, cross member supports not tightened down, parking brakes deleted. All kinds of nasty, crazy stuff going on. There's a lot of people that swear that you should have a license in order to do major repairs and stuff like that, because that you're putting other people's lives in danger. Then there's the other camp that says, what about the right to repair? The right to repair. We all have our right to repair our vehicles, and nobody should infringe upon that. There's no easy answer here. No easy answer at all. What do you guys think? What do you think about the situation? Let me know. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. I appreciate y'all. Happy day after Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had a great time with your family and stuff, and you ate till you were stuffed and you slept well. I unfortunately just had my MRI appointment for my knee. The second one, the first one, they could not help me on. The second one, they just extended out for an hour because they have issues with the MRI machine. But I wanted to say good morning to you guys, let you know I'm thinking about you, and I wanted to wish you happy holidays. And I offer my condolences to the family of this young girl that had lost her life, due to this tragic situation that could have been avoided. You guys keep up on your maintenance, keep up after your vehicles, and if you're going to do your own repairs and stuff like that, make sure you know what you're doing. Thank you guys.